On this episode of Code Blue in America, the breaking news segment, we dive into the wild world of free speech, lawsuits, and, of course, giant stacks of cash. This whole attack on the freedom of speech is gripping the nation, and it doesn't matter if you are left, right, center, or top. Imagine even Senator Ted Cruz, of all people, being taken aback and calling Trump's FCC mafioso over how it handled Jimmy Kimmel, likening the treatment to a classic mob shakedown. Nice show you have here. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it. He warned that using licensing power to punish speech is dangerous and could backfire when the political tables turn. Cruz stressed that conservatives should beware. Today it's Kimmel. Tomorrow it could be anyone who crosses the FCC. And yes, it's exactly as dramatic as it sounds. Now, on to the latest White House rant. Carl asks the former president, "You've said you restored free speech in America. Does that include people who are, harshly critical of you?" Trump basically says, "Oh, I'm immune to criticism. And also, your network paid me $16 million. You just listen to it."
I want to settle this free speech question because you've said that you restored free speech in America.
Yeah.
Is that free speech including for people who are harshly critical of you, for your political opponents, for people who say things you don't like?
I've become immune to it.
Unfairly?
I've become immune to it. There's never been a person that's had more unfair publicity than me, and that's why your network paid me $15 million, or $16 million, I believe, to be exact, George Slopadopoulos. And that's why CBS paid me a lot of money, too. And that's why I sued the New York Times 2 days ago for a lot of money. Because I'm winning. I'm winning the cases. And the reason I'm winning is because you're guilty, John. You're guilty. ABC is a terrible network, a very unfair network, and you should be ashamed of yourself. NBC is equally bad. I don't know who's worse. I think they're equally bad. And, for you to stand there and act so innocent and ask me a question like that. But look, you paid a big price because you were dishonest, John. The reason I won that lawsuit was because you were dishonest. You were proven to be dishonest. And so you can't sit back and just say, oh, well, what do you think? Like you're some wonderful person. You're not a wonderful person. Frankly, you're a terrible reporter. You know it, and so do I. Okay. Here's what we're going to do.
Now, let's be clear. When most of us say we're immune, we're talking about the flu. When Trump says it, he means he caught a check so big, it comes with its own Secret Service detail. Here's the scoop. According to Reuters, CBS's parent company, Paramount, settled a lawsuit with Trump for $16 million over a 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris that he claimed was deceptively edited. No apology, just a wire transfer and a promise to never, ever let Leslie Stahl near the editing room again. But Trump wasn't done. He filed a $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times, 4 journalists, and Penguin Random House. That's right, he's suing a publisher that makes cookbooks. I guess the joy of cooking really set him off. The problem? A Florida judge looked at Trump's 85-page complaint and basically said, "This isn't a lawsuit, this is a campaign speech with a staple in it." He tossed it out and told Trump's legal team to trim it down to something readable, like, say, a pamphlet. So yes, free speech is alive and well, but apparently it comes with a very high cover charge. And that's the cold truth on Code Blue in America, only on OGM News.
All right, friends, here's the deal. We need your support to level up our game. How can you help? Simple. Like, share, and drop a comment. Shower us with your love, your applause, or even your brutally honest displeasure. We can take it, we promise. Your feedback fuels us, even if it stings a little. And before you dash off, go ahead and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us everywhere: Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Heck, if you're feeling retro, send us a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal. Stay awesome, stay witty, and we'll see you next time.